What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I hope you like what you see. Please leave a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I also have other movie reviews. Of course, if you've gone to my page and you see there's more movie reviews, if you've seen those movies, please check them out. Leave a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. I will get back to you. Keep it professional. And if you like short films, I create short films. I write them. I star in them. I have friends star in them. Other people that are also actors. They're also, part of my films. And it's a great way to just meet new people, network, and just work with people that you have befriended over time and share the same things with. So it's just great to be able to create. But yeah, here we go. Disenchanted, the Enchanted sequel. If you haven't seen Enchanted, I would say check it out before you see Disenchanted. But Disenchanted is the follow-up to Enchanted, which just was straight to streaming, Disney Plus. It didn't have a theater release, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Disenchanted a lot. I didn't think I was. But for it being a sequel, it was its own thing. It was unique. It wasn't like the first film. I thought that was awesome. Because sometimes sequels, they tend to be the same as the first film, and it's just like it takes away some of that magic. But Disenchanted was its own thing. And is it better than the first film? No, I like the first one so much better. But as being a follow-up, I thought it was a worthy successor. There are things that probably could have gone better for the sequel. Different things they could have, or I would have liked to have seen added. But then again, based on the story of what it was trying to accomplish, I thought it fit the notion. It didn't have to be as big as I felt the first one was a lot bigger. But other than that, you have Amy Adams returning, you have James Marsden returning, Patrick Dempsey returning. Pretty much most of the cast from the first one in terms of like the main core group. And then you had, I forget, she's from Saturday Night Live. She was in it as kind of the antagonist villain, if you will, but not really the antagonist villain. I felt like Amy Adams' character, she was her own antagonist because she does something within the film that she gets a gift for her. She has a baby now with Patrick Dempsey's character, who she ended up staying in our world with and marrying, and helping raise her stepdaughter, and having her own baby. And James Marsden's character, the prince from her land, her world, he gives her baby a magic wand, a wishing wand, and she ends up using it to wish for a fairy tale life in the world that she's in now, which is ours, because she misses that part of her that she was that part of her that she had when she was in her world and that land, I guess the kingdom of Andalasia or something like that. I'll edit it correctly. But she uses this, she makes this wish, and she creates within the town that she moved into with her stepdaughter and now husband after the first film. They go from New York to this new village or town, and she creates this wish to get this fairy tale world, and it transforms the whole town, and everyone's like, it's like a cartoon film, like that whole land and the way people are singing, the way they're dressed. And not only that, she created herself to kind of be a villain. She wanted to be a good stepmother. Considered the daughter would always call her mother and not stepmother, and so she got upset when they got into the fight. And this wish really brought out this stepmother of her. So like she's having this dual personality, which is good, and then she's just like that wicked stepmother. And she realizes something's wrong, and she has till 12 o'clock before she can't do nothing about it. And eventually, that wicked stepmother thing takes over, and the stepdaughter has to figure out, before it really took over, she was able to push her stepdaughter into the world that she came from to seek help. And Patrick Dempsey's character, the husband, he ends up being like this adventurer, explorer type guy, trying to get this dragon, and he's not himself. Nobody's themselves. And once she did that wish, and the SNL alumni, I forget her name. She was in Bridesmaids. I'll edit in the name. She's kind of like, again, the antagonist to Amy Adams' character, and she doesn't have any. She ends up getting powers through the wish, but nothing crazy. She wasn't like Susan Sarandon's character from the first film, but she was the witch, and she transforms into a dragon at the end. I just felt like that was lacking. I like the dual personality of Amy Adams, from wicked stepmother to her regular self that she was battling against or trying to fight becoming fully. But for the antagonist, the SNL alumni, again, her name escapes me. I'll have it edited. She didn't seem like much a threat. I didn't really care for her. I never really cared for her in films anyway. Even in Saturday Night Live, I wasn't big on her. I just feel like she kind of, her brand or her comedy or her way of acting just didn't fit for me in the film. And it's not to hate on her. Like I said, I've seen some of her work, and it's just not for me. But it's not that she's a bad actor. It's just I felt like it just feels off for me. Her being in this role, it just felt. I don't know. I the best way I can explain it is I just feel like she's acting. If that makes sense, then I guess that's also because in Saturday Night Live, you have to be really like out there and expressive, and I guess that's what I was so used to with her. Because even though I didn't really care for her in SNL, it did work for that. But as far as this film, I just felt like from Susan Sarandon to her as being the antagonist to Amy Adams' character, that didn't really work well for me. Again, it's not that I'm hating on her. It's not that. It just felt like a step below from what we got in the first movie, and I guess that's pretty much more so why I really wasn't feeling her is in this role. Maybe if it was a different character that she was portraying based on what was going on, and she was actually from the other world, and she comes through this land and tries to take over to some degree, maybe. But it just felt like maybe I would have wanted something more like darker, I guess, even though it's not really that dark of a film. But just a little like I said, Susan Sarandon had that for this film, for the Enchanted, the first film. But other than that, like I really did enjoy this, the idea that this world is getting destroyed because of this wish that she made. Where she came from, that world is getting destroyed because it's seeping into the real world, and while that's happening, she's losing herself, and she's gonna be this wicked stepmother. So I thought that was pretty cool, a different take than what we got in the first one. But even then, the first film just still felt bigger. But being a sequel straight to Disney Plus, I appreciate it more than Hocus Pocus 2, which I didn't really care for. I felt like it was unnecessary. The first one I didn't see in theaters. I saw straight on VHS at the time, and it was cool for what it was. I was younger. I did see it again recently as I got older, and I didn't care for it. But seeing the sequel, I wanted to see it. It's been some time, and seeing the sequel, I just felt like, yeah, this is made for streaming. It didn't feel as like it didn't feel as they put so much effort like they would if they put it into theaters. But Disenchanted, even though it was straight to streaming, I could feel like they really put that effort. So I thought it was a good sequel, and if you haven't seen it, I'd say check it out, especially if you've seen the first one, Enchanted. And if you haven't seen Enchanted, it's a great film. I think you should check out Enchanted and then check out Disenchanted. And I would love to see a follow-up, a third film, see where they take these characters in this world and what happens. And I would love it to be maybe full-on animated, where they go from the real world, somehow end up back into the Andalasia. I will correct the name if it's wrong, where she's from. And if it was just a full-on animated film, Re-Enchanted, or something like that. I don't know if that makes sense, that title that I just created, but I would like to see a follow-up. So that's just my little take on Disenchanted. I really enjoyed it. It gets 2 thumbs up from me. Check it out. And I did see the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, so if you like what you see and you want to return, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and you will get that review coming up shortly. Again, thank you so much for joining my channel, and until next time, later.